guys, Tyler here reporting for Koaster Kids at Yukon Striker Media Day. This is the world's tallest, fastest, and longest dive coaster. We're about to ride. Just dropped, or did it? It's okay. Let's go see how it is. Yukon Striker!
How so?
Welcome to Frontier Canada at Canada's Wonderland for our official first ride on Yukon Striker, our world record-breaking dive coaster. Thank you all for coming. My name is Grace Peacock. I'm the Director of Communications here at the park, and I'm going to be the MC for our very short ceremony. I know everybody's eager to ride, but at first I want to introduce a few special speakers. And after that, I'm going to explain the details about how we're all going to get those 72 riders up onto the trains. So just stay tuned. But first, I would like to introduce to you the General Manager of Canada's Wonderland, Norm Protovchuk.
Thank you all. Good morning. Welcome to the first rider event benefiting the Sick Kids Foundation. It's great to see all of you here rallying behind such a worthy cause. It was great to see so many of you jump on the chance to help, and not just because you wanted to ride Yukon Striker, but because for many of you, you have your own reasons to support Sick Children's Foundation.
Thanks, Norm. Okay, next I would like to introduce you to Lisa Walker, Manager of Cause Marketing with Sick Kids Foundation.
Thank you, Grace. I'm so excited to be here today to officially launch the first ride of the Yukon Striker. Sick Kids' vision is simple: healthier children, a better world. Please join me in welcoming Jack.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jack Conway. I am 13 years old and in grade 8. I am absolutely honored to be here on behalf of Sick Kids Foundation. Last summer, here at Wonderland, I conquered my fear of roller coasters thanks to a couple of good friends. So, I have been following the construction of Yukon Striker with great anticipation, and I would like to thank Amusement Insiders for that. My journey began in November 2005 when I was just 6 months old. My mom and dad took me to the emergency room at Sick Kids because my eyes were wobbling and spinning, and they were getting worse daily. I had an MRI, and my parents were told that I had a low-grade brain tumor called an optic pathway glioma. There were a few bumps along the way, including another port infection, but chemo successfully stopped this tumor too, and I finished my protocol in March 2015. I was free once again! It means so much to me to be involved in this special event today. I have the privilege of helping to raise awareness for such an important cause by being an ambassador and sharing my story with all of you, with the goal of raising $1.3 billion. With a B, not an M, and it's not a B&M. I had to throw in a roller coaster joke, I'm so sorry. And most importantly, we all get to ride Yukon Striker!
Yeah!
Thank you so much for listening to my story. Together, we can find better treatments and maybe even a cure for kids like me. Thank you.
Thank you, Jack, for sharing your story with us. All of your fundraising efforts have raised just over $34,000 for Sick Kids Foundation. So great job, everybody. I have a little surprise. Where is our first rider, Lisa? Lisa, hi, how's it going? Now, Lisa has decided not to ride today, and instead she's going to donate her seat to somebody very special. And that very special person is our Sick Kids Patient Ambassador, Jack. Lisa, what seat do you have? 5. Jack, you're riding front row. So, Yukon Striker is ready. The question is, are you guys ready for Yukon Striker? Okay.
We're looking for number 5.
The ambassador who's on stage.
Yukon Striker! Yukon Striker! Yeah! so many awesome sections all around Yukon Striker to get insane views, awesome photo views, right, like around here in this Helix area.
This surprised me too how fast this was. Alright, let's see if we can hear ourselves.
We're here with Bob at BK Photo Page on Instagram. We are riding the Yukon Striker, the world's tallest, fastest, and longest dive coaster. We're hanging.
We're hanging over into a tunnel.
Here we go.
My face.
That's weird.
It's like almost a nice stop. Hey. I just got off Yukon Striker and wow, this thing is crazy. I got 2 middle rides and 1 front ride with Brendan and Bob and Craiga, and this thing is absolutely ridiculously intense. So front row is by far my favorite. Front row, far left. You get so much hang time on that 0G roll, and the vertical loop you just fly through. It's pulling so freaking hard. No doubt, 5+ screams. Go get on out here and ride this thing.
Looking at you, I'm underneath the new sign arch down by the stage.
Hi everyone, we're here with Grace Peacock from Canada's Wonderland. She is the Director of Communications and has been the one that's communicating all the information behind the scenes from the park from the very beginning. So we have a few questions for you.
Sure, yeah.
So what has been your favorite part of the whole process from the second it started, you first heard about it, until...
You know what? I think the first time that I saw the cars testing, the first time that a train actually ran was thrilling, because this had been this giant structure that had just been raised up since August to February. And as impressive as that work was, to finally see a train running on it, it made the moment. It was just, everybody was clapping in the park, the people who were here, the contractors, because we had finally reached a point where you could envision this thing running and envision guests on it enjoying that. So that was a lot of fun. Today's been great though, obviously actually getting riders on and listening to the screams of the 90-degree drop.
There's been a lot.
I think people love it.
Yeah. So when was the first concept anyone ever thought of bringing a dive coaster to Wonderland?
I don't know for sure. I do know that a coaster this big is years in the making, right? So coming up with the design and confirming where it's going to be going, that's been a long work in progress.
Okay, and I've been seeing a lot of money funneled into Wonderland as sort of, and a lot of other parks have had sort of things like that are like 5 years. They get one major coaster, the theme section, and then they get another major coaster. Has there been, since a major coaster takes this long planning, has there been any thoughts? Another big coaster.
Not that anything I've heard. I think I think you'd be really lucky to get a coaster really soon after having another big one.
Sure.
But we're always trying to keep things new for our guests.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure people have something to look forward to next year as well.
And as we've known, there's been a massive expansion, going back to Wonderland's roots and the whole Canadian theme. As Frontier Canada was supposed to be in the first 5 sections of the park, is there any specific area that you are looking forward to that hasn't been built yet, or you like so far?
You know what? I'm really excited about Frontier Canada because this is just the beginning. You guys were here today for a sneak preview. Some of the areas aren't even open yet because we're still building the structures and getting the venues in place. So it's going to be really neat to come during the season and see it in its full effect. And like I said, this is just the beginning for Frontier Canada. So there will be more to come in future years.
So do you have an estimate on when all of the buildings and everything would be done? So when the whole area will be fully open by?
I can't give you an exact date, but I will tell you that I'm continually impressed by how fast the team here at Wonderland works and our contractors work.
Yeah.
This has all just been done in the very recent days. So it'll be soon.
Okay, and last thing, we've seen with Brendan's updates about everything since the track arrived on site and till it got there. We've seen the buildings literally just went up a few days ago. Was there a certain few months of weather that pushed the project back to make it delayed and not?
You know what? No, everything's been pretty much on time. I mean, in terms of the coaster itself, we couldn't have asked for anything better. We didn't have any delays. We've got all 3 trains running, and that was the bare minimum of what we needed for today. Everything else is an extra. So the station's done, and that's all that we could really ask for. Yeah. Great.
Okay, so congratulations on the whole project, the whole area, and look forward to what's to come.
Yeah, great. Thanks.
So we just run into a couple of people who run a podcast called Theme Park Family. This is Alex and Andrew, and their dad is filming right now.
Hello.
They are Koaster Kids fans, and how do you guys like the ride?
Oh, we love it. I especially like the front row on this.
Front row? You guys like that? So that's your favorite row, and what's your favorite part of the ride?
Oh, I like the first drop. It's so
First drops?
I like the spiral right after the break row.
The helix after the main course? Nice.
And how about you?
My favorite part either has to be the drop or the 0G roll. You get so much hang time there.
It is.
I love it.
Oh, terrific.
Okay.
Very cool.
Thanks for watching Koaster Kids. Be brave and ride on. So that's a wrap here on Yukon Striker Media Day, April 24, 2019. I finished with 7 rides. The world record holder, Tyler, had 21 rides. We hung out with a lot of awesome people today, met a lot of new people, and got a ton of rides on a brand new coaster. The queue line was dead, walk on, or station wait every single time. Got some awesome POVs, and make sure, if you're anywhere in the area or not, to get down and ride this coaster in every single row possible. You have to try everywhere and then judge and leave down in the comments what your favorite spot on the ride was. Just remember to be brave and ride on.